Hello, beautiful kindred spirits, and welcome to my spiritual oasis. Here, weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. Today, we are doing a deck review on my very first tarot deck, the Black and Gold Edition Tarot. So, before I get into the review, this is going to be a full flip through review. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on this deck, and again, this is my first tarot deck. Before I get into the review, I want to invite you to join me here, Kindred Soul, on YouTube if we're not already connected. So click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if we're not already connected here on YouTube. And I am a medium, an empath, a tarot reader. I am a clairvoyant individual who provides spiritual guidance and support with you on your journey through this life. So if you're interested in your own personal reading, you can connect with me on my Etsy shop. Otherwise, you can check out my plethora of general readings here on YouTube. And again, subscribe, hit the notification bell because I do upload regularly. Now, let's get into our deck review. Like I mentioned before, this is my first tarot deck. Yes, it is extra AF, but it tends to fit me a little bit, I think. So my very first deck was actually the Tao Oracle deck, and I will eventually end up doing a review of that deck. It really means a lot to me. I got that deck 10 years ago probably, and it's been the only deck in my collection for a minute. And then I finally branched out into tarot a bit ago, and this was my first tarot deck. Yes, not the traditional one. I had to get the shiny one with the gold gilded inlay and stuff like that. So anyway, let's get into the review. So let's start off with the packaging. This is the box that the deck came in. It is solid, beautiful presentation. For me, it was it's shiny. You see the light hitting it? You see the light? Yes, this is how I felt when I busted it out of the box. I was so excited about it. I was like, oh, it's so extra like me. I got all excited. Anyway, so we open it up. It's got this angle cut through it, and that's how it opens. I had to do a side view on that, okay? And so we open it up here, and you have your guidebook. Black and gold is shiny. There's so much gold inlay on this. The guidebook is pretty basic, I would say. It gives like the typical stuff in the beginning. Tells you about your deck. Very, very introductory guidance on like shuffling and all of that kind of stuff. And then it goes into each card. And super tiny descriptions for each card. You can see how incredibly tiny it is. Yeah, you can find better resources online, honestly. And it does that in a few different languages. So that is the book. And then, look at this black velvet. Yes, that is black velvet. Can you hear it? You might not be able to hear it over my fountain, but black velvet outline to your cards. And I reordered it so that it looks like you would if you bought it. Now let's look, hold on a second before we move on. Look at that, like in the top. Ooh, it's shiny. It's so shiny. Okay, this, I feel like the crab from Moana. Anyway, so it has this little tab here to pull your cards out of this satin inset, which is really lovely. There's satin down here as well. And then the walls are just, I think it's just like a foam. It's really nicely put together. I get some of these and like this is all flimsy and your cards slip under and it's just a mess, but not with this deck. Oh no, not with the black and gold edition. Okay. All right, I'm being extra, sorry. So you get like this little top card here. This is what the back of the cards look like. And I liked that. I'm very scrutinizing about the card backs because some of them are just crazy. They're just out of control. Anyway, so this is kind of, I just keep this because, I don't know, I just want to keep all my stuff together. And then there's this little card that gives you information, I guess, on the individuals that were a part of the creation of this deck. So we're going to set the box to the side, we're going to set the book to the side, and we're just going to look at these cards, okay? So I am going to do a full flip through. I've been using this deck for a minute, so you can see there's some wear on the edges there. I feel like the card stock is decent, because it has like the gold inlay. It is a bit, I would say, a bit more sturdy, and it's textured. I don't know if you can see that, but this is textured, but like the fool's face is smooth. I love this deck so much. Yeah, but there's some wear on the edges. So if you're concerned or worried about wear and cardstock quality, there is some wear on the edges. But I do use this deck quite a bit. I love this deck, and so I use it quite a bit. Before we get into our flip through, I did want to take a minute to zoom to get in on this. We looked at it a little bit already, but I really want you to see. Like, I feel like it's so crisp. You can see my camera. That's how shiny it is. It's a full bleed, so no trim, no edges there. The name for the major arcanas, they have the name at the bottom of them, as well as the Roman numeral. So if we look at another card, like look at the Magician card, and the imagery is so crisp. I was concerned that with it being just two colors and not being, the color traditional Rider-Waite has colors in it. And I was afraid that some of the images weren't going to come out really clear with it just being two colors. But listen, it's so crisp. As you can see, the image comes out completely crisp. It's even more crisp in real life, honestly. And again, they use like that texture for the background, and you can really pinpoint all the different elements that make it up. So I'm a fan. I love it. I think they did a good job on that. And let's just look at a court card, or look at one of the suit cards. So the suit cards, obviously it has the appropriate imagery, and then it has a Roman numeral at the top. So this is the Four of Swords. So it doesn't have the name of the card, it just has the Roman numeral and the imagery. And then the suit cards have the name of the card down at the bottom. So I just wanted to kind of show you that format there. And you'll see it as we do our full flip through. All right. This deck, while I do the full flip through, I love it. It's one of my favorite decks. It's my first tarot deck, and I think it's really crisp and clean. I like that there are no edges to it. I think the imagery shows up really well, and it's just freaking pretty, man. It really is. It's so lovely. It's so cute. But pause the video if you need to get a better look. This is probably a little bit more pricey than like the traditional Rider-Waite, but it was worth it to me. Just a little bit more expensive. I think I got mine on Amazon. beautiful soul. So that is a full flip through of the Black and Gold Edition Tarot by Los Scarabeo. I like to keep these videos around the 10-minute marker. Drop a comment down below, click like if you enjoyed this review. And it was pretty simple, straight to the point. I mean, the Rider-Waite tarot deck is pretty common. Do I feel like this is a good beginner's deck? I mean, I would. This was my first deck. Like I said, the guidebook wasn't really the best guidebook, but I feel like the internet's always a really good resource anyway. And honestly, I like triangulation. So I actually use this book. I use the guidebook for this deck as kind of a quick way to get some keywords and some quick information. And when I wanted to dive deeper into the different cards, that I would go online and get like a really, really detailed description of the card. So I think it's a good beginner's deck. I connected and vibed with the deck, so I would definitely recommend it if you are feeling it, if the shininess is drawing you in. I would definitely recommend it. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for spending time with me today. Let me know in the comments if you are interested, or if you have this deck, or if you're interested in getting this deck. Let me know down below in the comments. So thank you so much for your time and your energy, and I will see you in an upcoming video. Bye.